Alright, this is the process where we actually get our weapon or our other second model and get it ready for the arm set so we can start actually using it as a weapon that the arms will be holding. So we'll open up your arm setup final file. It should have the biped and everything. The biped and the camera setup. If you don't have the camera, or if you're using 4.0, the camera, just create a camera and point it in the direction the biped is facing, and then the lens will be, or the field of view will actually be 45 degrees, and I think that's about it. I don't think there should be anything else related to that. Okay, now we need to actually import our model. So we'll go to merge. If you save the last file, the Beretta fixed file, we're gonna actually start moving it into our scene. So what we want to do is get the gun mesh, press OK, and then we go. You see the Beretta. As it stands right now, it's really big, and we don't want it like that. So we're gonna have to rotate it 90 degrees to the side. Make sure you have angle snap on it here, so it rotates in 5-degree increments. And we'll rotate it like this. And then we'll move it onto the hand that'll be holding it, the right hand. Move it down a little bit, and then we'll start scaling it carefully so we get a decent match in size. Make sure when you're scaling it, you either hold, you scale right here in this little area. There's a little gold triangle from here, here, and here. Make sure it's not like this. You got to scale it this way, so it's scaling on all 3 axes. So once we do that, we can scale and move. Then you go into this viewport, frame it, and we could just butter it right up against the hand so I can keep testing the size and the way it looks. Just the most important part is that we get it lined up with the finger and the size a little bit proportional the way it's supposed to be. I think that might be pretty good. It might be a little too small. Let me size it up again. Getting the scale is kind of difficult, so tedious, but a little patience and you'll be able to get it. Clipping is okay because you won't be seeing it clipping into the mesh, but try to get it as little as possible for the sake of being professional and keeping it clean. And that looks like it's about right. Once we got that, we could go into move mode, right click all these spinners so it sets it to the center of the world, and then we'll go to the rotation and then we'll center that so it's like that. And then we'll move this in front of the mesh of the hands. Now what we need to do, the next step, is we need to start creating the bones for the gun like we did with the arm. You guys didn't actually do this yourself, but I'll show you. This is the same process I did for creating the bones for the arm. What we do is we select our mesh that we're working with. You go into element mode, and then we start selecting different elements of the gun. For the arm specifically, I used polygon mode and selected them in groups polygons and then disconnected them. So we go into element mode, we'll create the bone for the clip, we'll go to detach, and we'll name it BDBN gun clip. I'll copy this. And we want to detach it as a clone. Make sure this is ticked, this is vital. Just press OK. Next, we'll select the whole body of the gun and detach that. gun body. Press OK. And we'll do the same thing with the silencer. Detach it. Gun top. Or not top, silencer. What the hell am I thinking? Press OK. And then we'll come over here and get the hammer part. Detach that. Hammer. Okay. Okay, now we got all the bones that we need. We can hide the actual gun mesh now. We can hide selected, and then we'll get all the bones. Since the bones are kind of hard to discern from the actual mesh, I think it's best to remove the material. So what we can do to remove the material is open up the material editor, click this get material. Once we got that open, we can select all these pieces, and we could get this none right here and drag it over, and just press assign to selection, and that should remove the material off these pieces. Now, the second thing we need to do is we need to reset the X form of all these objects. So just select all 4 pieces of the gun, reset selected, and then we collapse them. Collapse all. And then now we need to reset the pivot point to the center of these objects and align them to the world in case if there was weird orientation when these files are created. Okay, once we got that, we need to start linking them together. And linking is very specific in the way it needs to be done. There are proper ways, one proper way to do it, and anything else would probably mess it up. So we need to find the link button. We link the child to its parent. The child will always follow the parent, and the parent cannot follow the child. Say for instance, we want all these pieces of the gun to rotate around the body. The body right now is independent. It has no children. So we're going to have to link this to this. Now, as it stands, we can rotate this and the silencer will follow. If we did it the other way around, whoops, break the selection. If we linked the gun to the silencer, we can rotate the gun and the silencer will not follow. However, if we rotate the silencer, the gun will follow. We don't want it like this. This is bad. So we'll link it the proper way. The easiest, fastest way is to get everything that you know will follow one particular bone, and just select all of them, click and hold any one of them, and just click and hold and wait until these 3 lines, wait for this little box to appear, and just let go. Now when we rotate this, we get all the pieces following just the way we want, and that's setting up bones. Now there's an issue with multiple root bones for the gun, or for the bone setup, and that we can't have that, so we're gonna have to clean this up. What we need to do is hide everything that's getting in the way. We need to hide the biped, so let's hide that, hide selection. We'll hide the mesh, disarm set, hide selection, and now we need to link this gun to this bone, the whole bone that's going to be influencing it the most. It is vital that this gun is the child of this hand, because otherwise it will be following. If you were to link it to the root bone, it wouldn't follow this hand specifically, and that's what we want. We're just going to link this gun to the hand, so that way, if we were to imagine that the hand was actually holding the gun right now, it would follow along and do whatever the hell it is that you're doing with the hand. And right now we can unhide all. We can select the whole biped and hide that. And that's about it for setting up the bone structure for pretty much any object you might want to use. And let's see, am I forgetting anything? We reset the X form. We got the gun, the bone set up, linked it. Yep, that's everything we need to do for now. We got the bones set up properly, we got the structure the hand, all the hands, both arms, cleaned up the meshes, and that's about it.